Welcome again at the ETOE paint shop. In this video I will do a fast project on this fully. The client asked me for a special structure and I have two things for you. The first is the structure I will apply on the frame, and the second one is special color I will mix out of real copper powder. I will use this copper for a special metallic effect for a color I use to paint the logos on the frame. But there's not so much to talk but a lot to show you, so let's dive into the paint work. At first I like to show you a picture of a frame with this design the client sent me, and he wants a copy on his own frame, so I like to show you how I deal with it. But at first let's prep and dismount the frame, and then we can change into the paint booth for some test plates and the real artwork on the frame. Hey, look at this screw. It says you have to tighten it with maximum 10 Newton meter, but if you want to break it loose, you need such muscles. There must be Chinese ladies in the factory doing weightlifting every time with big strong arms assembling these frames. I hang on the frame and nothing happens. All the screws are glued like hell. So I have to find a solution to disassemble the frame. Okay, make it or break it. I found the steel rod and the screws are so tight because they are glued in the frame, so they can't loose during riding. But that's a nightmare when disassembling the frame. And they are loose. And if the steel rod doesn't help, my last chance is my 91-year-old granny with the sledgehammer. But hopefully I can lose all screws to disassemble the frame. But it looks like that. Okay, that was my workout for today. Next step is sit down, relax and sand down the frame. Let's skip this because that's the most uninteresting part of the video. The only thing I do is rub the frame up and down with such a sanding pad. There's really nothing to see, and it's only interesting if you are addicted to ASMR and the sound. But that's not what I like to show you, so I will see you in the paint booth. I'm done with all the boring stuff, the preparation and masking of the frame, and now it's time to show you what you want to see, and it's time to play with color. The special piece of this paint job is the wrapping foil. Normal people wrap a piece of pizza or their sandwich in such a foil, but custom painters think a bit different and they use the foil to wrap the pieces they like to paint. And it's a simple process. I did some test sheets of plywood yesterday to show you the structure I will do on the frame. And what I will do is I will spray color on this sheet of plywood and use the foil to print the structure onto the next sheet of plywood or on the frame. And to show you the process, I will redo this sheet, and so you can also understand how to use this technique for a custom paint job. These are the things I need: pair of scissors and knife to cut the foil. The color I use, I mixed a special bluish silver with a black tint in it, and that's my printing color. The can is only for the test sheet to black it out and show you how I produce the structure. I will not use the can on the frame. And that's my first step, the preparation of this sheet. Now we need a piece of this wrapping foil in the size of our plywood sheet. And you can wrinkle the foil a little bit because we need structure in the foil. Then I take my printing sheet and I will spray the silver direct onto the printing sheet. And now I dip this sheet of foil into the red color. And you can also wrinkle it. And now we can print this color which sticks on the foil onto the black sheet. So lift your foil, put it onto the black sheet and wrinkle the foil again. And press a little bit in some spots. Lift the foil and you have a structure on the plate. And if you have some black spots, you can do it again. Press the foil in these areas and you can do a structure how you like it. And that is what I will do on the frame. So I will do a little custom painting party myself and print the pattern on the frame. Go to lunch or dinner and eat a good pizza as I would do, because that's a one-man job and takes some time. And I showed you everything you need to know about this structure and will come back to you when it's done. The pattern on the frame is done and the next part of the painting game is, yes, the logo color. And I prepared something for you. That's no ice cream. That's the metal powder I mentioned before. I have it in copper and also gold powder. It's very shiny and that's what I use to produce the color. So let's do a nice mix for the logos. At first let's put some clear into the tray. It's an intercoat. It looks like milk, but it will appear clear when it's dry. Look at this. That's pretty. Let's put some of the powder into the clear coat. Also some of the gold powder. Check out how it sparkles. I don't need much because it's real powder as a metal and it's very effective. It looks a bit dull in the tray, but when it's dry, it's a real metal effect. Let's spray some metal on the frame. The first layer silver and the second layer my special copper mix. Same stuff on every tube, masking, spraying, demasking. And when all the logos are done, I have to apply the clear coat. The client wants it flat, so I will do it flat. But before I can do the clear coat, I have to unwrap this present and check if the quality is okay. And then I will change last time to the paint booth and apply the clear coat. The magic of a good paint job happens exactly in these steps. It's not about the pattern or a fancy color, it's every time about the finish. And if you ruin the finish, you ruin the complete paint job. For you it looks only like a foggy cloud of clear coat, but in real life that is the real work, because it's not done with one layer. It's also a finish and maybe a second or a third layer, and that makes a high quality paint job. I have to apply the first layer with a delay of 10 to 15 minutes, second layer, maybe I do a sanding in between, maybe not, I will check when I'm done, and then I will do the finish layer. I'm back from the paint booth, the frame is done, and now it's time for assembly. And if you think that was a 10-minute clear coat job, you are totally wrong. It was a 4-hour drama to turn this 13-year-old acne face into a smooth, fresh-born baby's bottom. That took a while, so be aware of it if you want to do it yourself. I will assemble the frame. Don't forget the screw lock when assembling the frame to glue all screws into the frame so they can't get loose while riding. If you have any questions, leave comments under the video, I will answer them in a separate Q&A. I will send this frame on a turntable ride to show you some nice footage. And if you like what I do, don't forget to like and subscribe. Goodbye and see you in one of my next videos. That's it, I'm done. I have some nice footage for you. Check this and then check the next video. Goodbye.